Hey everybody out there in RC world, it's Bowser Boys RC. I'm Eric. If you saw my other video, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I bought a new motor. Alright, I've been upgrading this thing. New ESC, new motors, new suspension, new hubs. Yeah, pretty much everything is... Well, I bought this 21 turn 550 motor. What I had before was a 14 turn 550 motor. So this one isn't as fast, but it's got way more torque. And unfortunately, with way more torque, you end up with this. I snapped the dog bone part right off the end of my drive shaft. It does a lot of torque there. So anyway, today I have a new one. Actually, it's a used one. I have another truck out in the garage that I've been cannibalizing to keep these two trucks running, and it's been working out so far. This is the second drive shaft I've had to pull out of my other truck, my Red Cat. And but the axles are the same on this. This is well, the company was Basil Tech, but it's actually an NXC. I do believe it's like a generic for the Exceed, because it's got the same body chassis design as the Exceed. If you were to get the Exceed 10, it's a 110 scale. I can't remember exactly what they call it, but it's the same chassis, but it's neon green. This one's orange, burnt orange, more towards reddish. I don't know, whatever. But the Exceed was $149.99. I got this one on an Amazon deal of the day for $84.99. But it came with that body, and the body rub was unbelievably insane. It was some Basil Tech company, I guess, bought 1,200 of these, and I got number 214, I think it was, out of 1,200, or whatever that frickin' means. But anyway, the body sucked. It was so badly body rubbed, I had to cut it that bad. And in my videos you see it driving around, and I've seen trucks out there where they cut the whole bed off their truck and it's just open wheels in the back, and it was alright. Put the light bar on top, and as you can see, it's so top heavy. It's unbelievably top heavy. And then I tried to mount a camera to it, and that was a disaster. Broke my camera, but I was able to fix it. Saved myself $79.99. And so now here I am with my new truck. This from Basil Tech, and yeah, it's got the same axles as the Red Cat. It's you know, same drive lines. Looks like the same tranny. It had the same ESC in it. Drive lines, everything's drive shafts all the same. So even the tires aren't the same, but the wheels are. So, which is the same as the Exceed. Exceed actually has the same tires and wheels as the Red Cat. But like I said, it's neon green, and I don't like that. So anyway, I'm going to pull off this tire, and I actually went underwater. One of my other videos, you'll see I went underwater all the way up over the top of the electronics, completely submerged. Tires were just filled. You see me squirting water all over the place because their tires were just full. But there's still a little bit in there, so I'm going to take all 4 tires off, and I'm going to take the bead locks off, and I'm going to take them all apart, and I'm going to take the foam out, and I'm going to wash the foam, make sure there's no stagnant, nasty water, clean out the inside of the tires, make sure there's no dirt or anything in there that can make your tires off balance, and put it all back together. So yeah, let's get to that. I'll show you how I'm going to do the drive shaft. It's pretty simple, really. I wouldn't have to take off the tire for this to do just the drive shaft. You just remove this nut and bolt, remove this screw, and the one on the back side, there's another screw. Remove that, and this whole wheel assembly will come right off. Then all you have to do is spread apart the axle housing, because it's plastic. You just spread it apart and you pull it'll be in there like this, and this will be inside the axle housing, the bearing here. will be inside the axle housing. So you spread the axle housing open just enough to where you can fit that bearing out. And once you get the bearing out, then it slides right out. Then you take the new one, you slide it in, get it spread back open again so you can get the bearing in there, and then you're going to have to turn the dog bone until the flat slots meet up inside with the internals inside the axle housing. So that's what we're going to do. If you're replacing the bearing, there's just a little C-clamp on here, a little tiny flat tip screwdriver in the back side of the C-clamp here, and a little twist, and they pop right off. You know, don't use pliers and stuff like that. You might scar the bearing or something like that. Just a little flat tip screwdriver right in those openings, and just a little twist, and you can pop those right off. Anyway, I always use a plate. Plate's nice to have to put your stuff on, you know, keep it from rolling away, getting lost in the grain of the wood, whatever. It's white. I don't really have any parts on my truck that are white. So, alright, I'm gonna pull all 4 tires off. I'm sure you guys have all seen that before. So I'll be back as soon as I do that, and as soon as I get the hub off, well, as soon as I get the tires off, I'll show you the hub, then I'll show you how to get the hub off. Alright, we'll be back.